Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 4 for the event Professional Prospects. In this example, we are going to study a male chart who is working as a civil engineer. We are going to study his destiny. The destiny is supportive but with instability. Is supportive for a notable job but instability. He keeps changing his job. He is facing some hurdles in his job prospects and he keeps changing the job frequently for the betterment. According to the Dasa Bhuktī periods, it happens. Interestingly, we have to see that in one Bhuktī, for example, in Mercury Bhuktī, Rahu Antara, he got the job, and Mercury Bhuktī, Jupiter Antara, he got the change. After the Mercury Bhuktī, in Ketu Bhuktī, he got the change of job in the Mars Antara. Again in Venus Bhuktī, he got the change of job in Saturn Antara. It means in all the Bhuktīs, Mercury, Ketu, and Venus, he did not have the change of job in same Antara. One Antara who has given change in job in Ketu did not give change in Venus. Why? This is all because of the planetary interlink theory connection, PILT connection between the Bhuktī Lord and the Antara Lord. So that is possible only with EPS System of Astrology. We can find the PILT connection why this Antara did not give the change of job under the one Bhuktī. So that we are going to study. Change of job happen in different Bhuktīs and different Antaras. We will check this. Example 4, destiny and change of jobs we are going to study, especially with the PILT connections. This is the birth chart of that male native. Was born in 12th February 1995, 7:26 a.m. in Gujarat. Now we are going to study general study on the birth chart before going to the detailed analysis on the self-signification and destiny planet. For the better understanding for the North Indian chart followers, let me open the North Indian chart also. Now let us study the general study. This native is born in Capricorn Lagna. Capricorn Lagna, 10th cusp is falling in the Scorpio. Lagna Lord occupying Lagna is good, and 11th Lord, 2nd Lord Jupiter is occupying 10th house also is good in general. Then that 10th Lord Mars is posted in the 6th house is also good. Though Mars in the Cancer, it seems to be weak in general, but that is not so because it is occupying 6th house, and Jupiter, which is occupying the 10th house as 2nd Lord and 11th Lord, is aspecting to the Mars by 9th aspect. This is very good. So Mars is aspecting very good aspect from the Jupiter, which is occupying the sign of Mars itself. So Mars planet is getting the support of the Jupiter by way of aspect also, by way of occupancy also. That Mars is getting the influence of the Sun and Mercury from the 12th house. Sun is 7th Lord and Mercury is 5th Lord, 8th Lord. This is indicating some weakness to the Mars. Moreover, Mars also in the star of Mercury, so 5 and 8 significator influencing that Mars is indicating some instability and change of jobs also indicated. So that 10th Lord is aspected by Jupiter as a good planet, and 10th, 10th house also occupied by Jupiter. It is good by the significations. And 10th house occupied by Jupiter, aspected by Saturn as well by the 10th aspect. So 1-10 combination, 6 combination, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn combination, all good. They are all supportive for notable job. And let us check the 10th ruler, 10th Lord Mars, and Saturn is the 10th star Lord, and 10th sublord is Moon. So 10th sublord is Moon. The Rasi Lord of the Mars is Moon. This 10th sublord posted in the 5th house and is aspected by Venus. Venus is 4th Lord and 9th Lord from the 11th house aspecting to the 6th Lord and 10th sublord Moon. This 4, 9, 11 is supportive, and 4th house is supportive for the civil engineering because 4th house related, and Moon is also supportive. And Moon in the star of Rahu, Moon in the nakshatra of Rahu, Rahu is occupying 9th house in the sign of Venus. So 4, 9, 11 again connected. So 10th sublord Moon is also supportive, important for the civil engineering. Mars, Saturn, Moon, they are all signifying by Karagatva supportive for the civil engineering as well. And Moon in the star of Rahu, Rahu also occupying 9th house, but in the sign of Venus, and 4, 9, 11 significations. And Rahu also aspected by Mars. So they are all supportive for the Mars related and 4th house related profession. So it is supported. Moon is also supportive for civil engineering. So this grouping of the significations of the Karagatva are signifying the possible combinations for the professional prospects. So we have studied the type of profession, how this grouping are supportive, and also the destiny also, the 10th lord means how it is, supported by the favorable planets, and also 10th lord also having some weakness because of the some weak change giving or challenging planets, unfavorable planets are also they are influencing the 10th house. So it is indicating both favorable and with instability. So now we have studied the general study. So keeping in mind, it is supportive for notable job with some challenges and changes we could easily identify. Now we are going to study the self-significations, and also we have to study destiny and the sub-periods. Now let us examine the self-significations. Let me take you to the self-significations table now. Let us go to the EPS. I have selected the event, profession, all jobs. Let me select the self-significators and planets. So let us take each planet one by one. Ketu planet 3, 7, and 11, and Mars is very good. So Ketu is a good planet. And Venus 4, 9, 11, 3, 2, 3, 7. This is also very good significations. Though it is 9th house, but 4, 9, 11, 3 all are good. Second planet having got some weakness, but Venus is very good. So we can make Venus green color planet. Sun, 7th Lord, occupying 12th house, close to Lagna and 12th star Lord. So Sun is indicating some weakness, blue. Moon, 6th Lord occupying 5th house, 4, 8 star Lord, and 5, 8, and 10 sublord. It is both favorable and unfavorable grouping. So Moon is pink. Mars, 6th Lord, 3rd Lord, 10th Lord occupying 6th house, close to 7, 1, 5 star Lord, and 4, 6 cuspal sublord. It is very good. So definitely Mars is going to be a green planet. And Rahu. Rahu is 9th occupant, 9th star lord, and 11th sublord and 12th sublord, representing Venus is good. But Rahu has got some mixed signification, though it is not detrimental, but 9, 9, 11 is fine. 12 is there, so it has got some weakness. So we can say that Rahu, we can make it as a mixed one. And Jupiter. Jupiter is 2, 11, 10, and 6 is very good. So we can give green color. And Saturn Lagna Lord, 12th Lord occupying Lagna, 2 and 10 cuspal star Lord. This is good because just because of the 12th house can give light green. And Mercury. Mercury is 5th Lord, 8th Lord occupying 12th house and 1, 9 cuspal sublord. So this is indicating some weakness, right? So that way that Mercury can be given 5, 8, 12 and 1, 9 definitely can give light red because it is having some weakness strongly. But 1 and 9 and they're all supportive also there. But still this grouping is not good, light red. So we have given pink for the moon because of this mixed signification. Rahu we have given pink because of the 9, 9, 11 and 12. But Rahu second planet Venus is green. So because of that Venus is very good and Rahu also 9, 9, 11 are good. So we need not give pink, we can give blue also. But to differentiate that one, I have given that pink. So the Rahu is comparatively better than the moon because moon has got 5, 8, 5, 8 signification strongly. This is exactly, it is mixed one. But whereas Rahu, it is not like that. So anyway, let us assign these colors and now let me save and take you to the main page. We have assigned the colors. Now let us go to the home page. Now we are on the home page. Now we have to check the destiny. Let me open the self significations. Control G, self signification will appear. Birth chart also we can open. So 10th Lord is Mars. 10th sublord is Moon. So Moon and Mars we have to check. Okay. Let us open. Just a minute. Let me open. Keep open that birth chart also visible. So Moon and Mars we have to check and let me keep open this birth chart. Okay. So Mars is 10th Lord. 10th Lord is Mars, is green planet, and star level planet is Mercury is light red. It means it has got some weakness. Green planet in the star of, normally green planet in the star of red or pink indicating some sort of instability or some changes, because green planet is a good planet with the primary house in the star of unfavorable, means that house is going to experience unfavorable. So Mercury planet is conjoined with the sun. Okay, that we will discuss. In the star level planet Mercury in the star of moon, which is mixed one. So it is supportive and also having some weakness. And sublord planet Saturn is good. So that 10th lord is having some weakness given by the Mercury. That Mercury is aspected by the Mars. The Mars planet is aspecting to Mercury, so that Mercury is getting the support of the Mars. Unfavorable are supported by the Mars. It supports for the change. And Star Lord of the Star Lord is also supportive for some change. And Sublord is supportive. So because of that, it is indicating some weakness at the star level, but supported by the change. Then sublord is moon. That moon is having got some weakness. Moon already influenced by the Mars because moon's Rasi Lord is Mars. That Rasi Lord Mars is supporting to the moons, that we have to keep it in mind. And star level moon in the star of Rahu also having some weakness. It means it is not like moon, as I said already. Rahu is supportive for some change, 9, 9, 11, 12. And Rahu in own star. So where Rahu posted here in the sign of Venus itself. Then any planet is influenced by Rahu. Yes, Mars is influencing Rahu. So Rahu is getting the support of Mars. So Moon also getting the support of Mars. Rahu also getting the support of Mars. Sublord again, moon against getting the support of Mars. Mars is the strong, favorable key planet, 10th lord, and also favorable. So it is very important that Mars is the planet which is supporting to the moon also, star lord Rahu also, sublord again moon, and star lord of the sublord also supported by the Mars. So if you look at the 10th sublord planet, moon having got this signification supportive for instability. It is not indicating strongly favorable for stable job. It is supportive for instability because of this star level planet, self planet, star level planet, 2A level planet are supportive for some changes. So it is not supportive for stable job. So and because of the support of the Mars and also that 911 signification supported by the Venus favorable key planet, it is supportive for changes. So instability is there and also changes are also indicated. So in the destiny planet, which are the unfavorable key planet making the destiny, that moon itself, and moon, strongly moon, and moon posted in the sign of Mercury. So Mercury, so that moon and Mercury are the strong unfavorable for the change, and the favorable key planet is supported by the Mars and Rahu. The destiny planet is indicated by some, getting the indicated by the change causing planet is Rahu, because 9911 and supported by the Mars by way of that supports, because Rahu also getting the support from the Mars, moon also supported by the Mars, which are all favorable key planet. So we have studied the destiny. Destiny is indicating supportive but instability, and it is indicating changes, frequent changes for the betterment. So now we have studied the destiny. Now we have to study the dasa period. The native at the time of joining the job, now he is running Saturn Mahadasa only. So Saturn Dasa is the one the native started his career. So let us check the Saturn Dasa and how the Saturn Dasa is having a favorable or unfavorable or mixed one. So if you look at the self-significations, only Mercury having got weakness more, and Moon and Rahu are having mixed signification. All other are having green color. That itself is indicating job prospect is going to be favorable, but only whenever that Mercury or Moon or role are present, then only they can cause some changes. So the Dasa Lord destiny planet itself is Moon, that itself is under the influence of Mercury, because Moon is a sign of Mercury and Moon itself, only these two planets. So because of that, definitely there will be instability indicated by the destiny itself. So now we have to check the Dasa Lord whether it is under the influence of the unfavorable key planets, that is Mercury and Moon. Saturn is the Dasa Lord. Look at the Saturn. How is Saturn? Saturn is green planet, good key planet in the star of Rahu. Rahu, it is on its own, it is mixed one, but Lagna 112, 1, 210 in the star of this one, supportive for the Lagna for the change, for the betterment only. And it is not talking about 10th lord or a 10th sublord in the star of your planet. It is, even if it is there, it is indicating some change only. It is not 5th house or 8th house signified by the Rahu. Rahu is, as said, Rahu is influenced by the Mars. Mars is aspecting to Rahu. So Saturn, the star of Rahu, and 2 level Rahu, and sublord is Moon. That Moon is mixed one. So that Saturn Dasa supportive for job prospects, but with some changes by the sublord Moon. That Moon planet is in the sign of Mercury, that Mercury having got weakness. So when Moon is coming, Mercury is connected and it is indicating some changes definitely. and moon in the star of Rahu, it is supportive for change for the betterment. So that way, Dasa Lord is supportive for the job prospects, but with the changes, it is indicated. It is not indicating strongly for any loss of job, because the star level planet having got mixed one, but 9911, but supported by the Mars strongly, it is favorable, and also second planet Venus also favorable key planet. And sublord also having mixed signification, again moon in the star of Rahu favorable, supported by the Venus. So that way, the Dasa Lord, the Sun Lord is also supportive for the job prospects, but with some changes that we are able to understand. So now we have to check that in which book that native got the change of job. First, he got the job in which period. Before proceeding to that, and I will show you that in which period he got the job. And I said no, that I will show you. Just a minute. Then I have given the dates and also for the joining and also the change period. Let me explain. Then I will go to the chart also. You can note down the periods, take a snapshot also. Saturn Dasa, Mercury Bugdi, Rahu Antra, he got the job. And as soon as he got the job in Rahu, then after that Rahu, Jupiter Antra came, he initiated the change of job. He wanted to, during the Jupiter Antra, he initiated the change of job. He wanted to change the job and applied for the new job and got the new job in Jupiter Antra itself. So he working up to this 29/12/2007. During that period, Saturn Antra would have come. You have to keep it in mind. He joined the job, the next job, second job in the Mercury Saturn. But though Mercury Saturn, he joined the job, the initiation happened in the Jupiter. This is important. So in Mercury, Rahu joined. In Mercury, Jupiter, he initiated the change of job. Actually, change of job initiated in the Jupiter Antra. Then by the time he notice period has given, issued, and he joined the job in Saturn Antra, Mercury Saturn. Then Mercury Saturn, after that, Ketu Bugdi was running. In the Ketu Bugdi, in Mars Antra, he got initiated the job, in the new job. He, in Ketu Bugdi, Mars Antra, he wanted to change the job and he applied and he got the new job in Mars Antra. And in Rahu Antra, he joined the new job because they need 1 month, 2 months period as per the company. In Ketu, Rahu, he got the new job, but this period was not very good for him. He is not satisfied. Again, in Venus Antra, after Ketu Bugdi, Venus Bugdi started. In Venus Bugdi, he got the initiation for the job change in Saturn Antra. Please understand, in Venus Bugdi started, definitely in Venus, he would have come across Mars Antra, then only Saturn Antra. So Mars Antra would have come in Venus Bugdi, Mars Antra, Jupiter Antra, then Saturn Antra. But he did not initiate change of job during Mars or during Jupiter. He did not initiate the change of job. Only in Saturn Antra only he initiated the change of job. It is a very good change of job. It is a notable job. He got satisfactory job in Venus and Saturn. Why? Why did not they give? Why in Ketu, Mars only has given, not in the other antras? That we are going to check. So just you note down the periods for your study, but these periods are important that we are going to study now in the birth chart now. Now I have come back to the birth chart. So we studied in the slide, I show you that the native got the first job in the Saturn Dasa, Mercury Bugdi in Rahu Antra, he got the job. You can see that in Saturn, okay, Saturn is good. Already discussed Saturn Dasa is good. And Rahu, the important key planet Mars and Venus, because Mars is supporting by aspect, and Venus itself is playing as the second planet. In Mercury Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, which Antra he got the job? He got the job in Rahu Antra, because Rahu is not having any unfavorable Mercury in its ruler, or Moon also fine. It is supportive for both, but Mercury is a star level or a sub level. If it is playing, it is not going to be favorable. So in Mercury Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, the favorable key planet Rahu, Venus playing role, so it is capable to give the job during this period. So he got the job in Mercury Rahu. Then after Rahu, that Jupiter was running. In Jupiter Antra, Mercury Bugdi, Jupiter Antra. In Mercury Bugdi, which is the unfavorable key planet, Mercury. And then comes the Moon for change. Favorable is this one that we already studied in Saturn, in Mercury Bugdi, Rahu Antra has given the job. Now, in the Mercury Bugdi, when Jupiter has started, Jupiter in the nakshatra of Mercury, 2A level is Moon, and again sublord is Mercury. So this is indicating not favorable for the stability, it is supportive for change. In Mercury book, the favorable key planet for change or unfavorable key planet for the job prospect is Mercury. The Mercury in the star of Moon means it is supportive for change. 5-8 in the star of 6, 5-4-8, 5-8-10. It is supportive for some change, but not a very good change. So Saturn Dasa Mercury Bugdi, when Jupiter started, Jupiter in the star sub of Mercury, which is unfavorable key planet for the stable job of the Bugdi Lord. So in Mercury, Jupiter, in Jupiter Antra, he got the change. So he applied for the change of job during that Jupiter Antra. Jupiter in the star of Mercury, that Mercury in the star of Moon is supportive for change. Moreover, Mercury also getting the support of the Moon, because Mercury in the sign of, Moon in the sign of Mercury. So that way it is supportive. And Mercury also aspected by Mars. That is also further supporting to the Mercury. Because of that, it is favorable. So it is favorable for change, but it is not very good for a progressive change, because 5, 8, 12, 9, again 8 and 5, 8 are coming. So it is indicating instability. So in Mercury Bugdi, Jupiter Antra, he got the change, but not very good. After that, Ketu Bugdi starts. After the Mercury Bugdi, Ketu. Look at Ketu. Ketu Bugdi, if you look at Ketu, is good. Star level Venus is good. And sub-level Sun also supportive. So that Ketu on its own, it is not bad. Right? But if you look at Ketu, Ketu is in the sign of Mars. Mars is very good key planet. In Saturn Dasa, Ketu Bugdi, Ketu is representing Mars. That Mars is aspected by Mercury, right? And Mars in the star of Mercury also. So anyway, that Mars is getting the influence of the Mercury, unfavorable key planet Mercury. And otherwise, these are all supportive for some changes only. It is not strongly indicating unfavorable straight away, because role of Mercury is not present. So in Ketu period, that native is running, is supportive. It is supportive for professional prospects. But during that Ketu, the native can go for change of job, because Ketu in the star of this Venus, which is supportive for 4, 9, 11, 2, 3, 7, and it is supportive for change. But which Antra under Ketu will support for the change? That is the question. For change of job, definitely that Venus is required, and of course Mercury also, if it is playing, then it will support for the change. Now in Ketu, Venus Antara was running, that is not going to favor, and Sun is it is running, it is not indicating any changes. Moon is running, Moon in the star of Rahu, they are all okay. Moon is having unfavorable star lord Rahu, but it is not talking about any change. Then comes the Mars. Mars in the star of Mercury. Mercury is supportive for some change, that we could see that, right? In Mars in the star of Mercury. But why in Mars? You can see in Ketu, Ketu represents Mars. So Mars itself is acting. Mars in the star of Mercury. So that way that Ketu having got connection to the Antara Lord, that Buddhi Lord's key planet, Buddhi Lord connected to the Antara Lord is also present, and Buddhi Lord in the star of Venus, any connection to that Venus and that Mars, that let us check with the birth chart. Let me open that birth chart, that will be always recommended to analyze along with the birth chart. Where is Venus posted? Venus posted in the sign of Jupiter, right? And aspected by the moon. So Venus is getting the influence of the moon from the Mercury. Now that Mars planet in the sign of moon itself, Mars is connected to moon, and the star lord Mercury also connected to, because Mercury where it is posted, Mercury is aspecting to Mars, and the moon is in the sign of Mercury only. Mars is connected to moon, and moon is representing Ketu in the star of Mercury. This is supportive. Third lord, 10th lord in the star of Mercury, 5, 8, 12. Supportive for 10,000 meters, definitely is going to experience some changes. And in the star of moon is supportive for some change. And sublord is Saturn. Saturn is the sublord planet. It is supportive for the changes. It is supportive for the job prospect. So, in the Ketu Bugdi, Mars Antara representing the Ketu Bugdi in the star of Mercury. Mercury is having some weakness, change is causing key planet, and in the star of moon also supportive for that, for the change, and sublord is Saturn is promising. And moreover, Mercury in the sign of Saturn itself, so Saturn is forming ruler link support to the Mercury. That way that Saturn is supportive, and moreover Mars is aspecting to the Saturn also. Mars is aspecting to Mercury, Mars is aspecting to Saturn by 8th aspect. So Mars is good key planet, passing its ruler link to the star lord and sublord. So that way Mars is supportive for change for the job. It is not indicating loss of job. That is first point. So that Mars is supportive for change. Why Mars can give, as Antra under the Ketu Dasa, Ketu Bugdi, Ketu represents Mars. That is important point. So Ketu getting the, PILT connection to the Mars, because it is a favorable key planet. It is influencing the Antra Lord, and in the star of Mercury, that is supportive for some change. That is, we are able to understand. And sublord planet Sun is conjoined with the Mercury. That Mercury is the star lord planet. So the unfavorable key planet which are influencing the Bugdi lord for the change, they are all ruling in the Antara lord. And importantly, Bugdi lord Ketu is the is representing Mars, that is the Antara. So because of that, in Ketu Bugdi, in Mars Antara got the change of job. But still, the Mars is having some weak significations. That also not a very good change of job, because the native was not very happy with that change of job. Then once the Ketu Mars is over, then other Antaras are running, and Jupiter Antara was running. But in Ketu Bugdi, Jupiter Antara did not favor. Jupiter also in the star of Mercury. like Mars in the star of Mercury. But why did not give a change of job again in Ketu, Bugdi, and Jupiter Antra? Because Ketu itself, you look at that, it is not strongly unfavorable, right? But why in Ketu, Mars only has given, because Ketu represents Mars, that Mars is experiencing this favor. But Jupiter, it is not like that. Jupiter and Ketu's connection is not straight away present. So because of that, in Ketu, Jupiter did not get any change of job. But previously, you can see in Saturn Dasa, Mercury Bugdi Jupiter, he got the change of job, because in Mercury is the unfavorable key planet that is playing as the star lord for the Jupiter and sublord for the Jupiter. But whereas for Ketu, Mercury is not playing role, and Mercury is not playing role directly, but Mars is representing Mars. That Mars is in the star of Mercury. That way it is connected. But Jupiter is not well connected there. So because of that, in Ketu, the Bugdi, Jupiter did not give change. Only in Mars only gave the change, because Mars and Ketu are well connected. After that, Venus is started. Venus, in Ketu Bugdi, Venus and Bugdi started. Venus also, it is having all favorable significator for change only. 4, 9, 11, 3 through. All are supportive for the professional process with some changes. It is not having any role of the Mercury and also Moon directly. But Venus is in the sign of Jupiter, aspected by Moon is some weak mixed significator from the sign of Mercury. Indirectly, Venus has got some weakness, but on its own, Venus is supportive for, favorable significator for change is indicated by the favorable significator. So in Venus Bukti, which antra would have supported for the change of job, for the betterment, because it is not talking about any change of job with a weakness. It is having got a strong favorable significator only. Venus, all are favorable. So that way, that antra should be a good planet, can further support the native for the betterment, right? So in that Venus, you can see, let me clear this one, just a minute. Yeah, let me move this one here. In Venus, Saturn Dasa, Venus Bhukti. Venus is good at all levels. Saturn also good at all levels, only sublord having got the moon, right? So Venus is not having got the moon indirectly, but it is under the influence of the moon, right? Now, moon role is important. In Venus book, the moon role is important in giving this changes, but along with it, you should have the favorable key planets that we have to check. In Venus, Sun is not indicating supportive, because Sun is not having that star level planet. Venus or Rahu are not playing, and Moon itself is influencing the Venus. But Moon, again, sublord is Moon, it is not very good, because Venus is not indicating any strong weakness. And Mars, no, because you can see in Ketu Bukti, Mars only gave the change, because it is got the connection as we already discussed. But whereas in Venus, Mars will not give change, because Venus is not indicating any such bad changes. And Rahu also supportive only, but Rahu is not indicating any supportive for any better changes. It is supportive for the professional prospects, but not supportive for the Lagna to get any notable change. Jupiter, yes, Jupiter is also will not, it is not supportive for the stable job, but it is not going to give any change of job for the betterment under the Venus Bhukti. But remember, under Mercury, Jupiter has given change. But under Venus, it will not give change. But you look at the Saturn. In Saturn Antra, Venus Bukti, Saturn Dasa, Venus Bukti, Saturn Antra, Lagna is ruling. That Saturn In the star of Rahu, Lagna is going to face some 9, 9, 11, some changes for the betterment, and 12 will also supportive, and sublord is Moon for the change with 6, 5, 4, 8, 5, 8, 10. It is supportive for change only, because 6, 5, 4, 8, 5, 8, 10, it is unfavorable. Along with that favorable, it is supportive for change. So Lagna moving towards 199 and 65. That Saturn in the star of a planet Rahu and representing Venus, that is the key planet of the Buddhi Lord, and sublord is Moon. Why that Moon is required? Venus is influenced by Moon by aspect. So that Moon is important in one of the ruler. That rule, if it is there in the star level, is better. But that Saturn has got Moon in the sublord, and Saturn star level better, and sub level is Moon. And that is supportive significations for the change of job. So role of Mercury is not there, because Mercury role is not here straight away. So because of that, in Venus Buddhi, Saturn Antra Lagna got the notable change of job. You understand? So Venus is good planet for the, change of job with a betterment. You can see that if you look at that Saturn in Venus itself, Venus Antra Saturn Buddhi, if you take Lagna Lord, 12th Lord occupying Lagna, Rahu occupying 9th house, and sublord is Moon, 6th Lord occupying 5th house. If you take only this 1, 12, 1 and 9, and sublord is 6 and 5, 1, 12, 1, 9 and 6 and 5. If you look only the fourfold significator, this will not indicate favorable signification. It will take 9th house, 5th house, along with that 6th house, 12th house. It will indicate it is not going to give stable job. It will not favor for the progress. But during that Venus Bhukti 4, 9, 11, 4, 9, 11, it is supportive for the change of job in his type of profession. In that Venus Buddhi, in Saturn Antra, it's supported for the change of job with a betterment. He got a very good progress during that period. Venus Buddhi, Saturn Antra got the better change. Only if you go through the left to right, complete signification 9, 9, 11, and representing Rahu got favorable key planet, which is the Buddhi Lord also. So that way, and moreover, that Mars is aspecting to the Rahu, and Mars is aspecting to the Saturn. Mars is a very good key planet, because Mars is not just because of 3rd Lord, 10th Lord occupying 6th house, and also 1, 5, 4, 6 cuspal sublord. So that way, in Venus Buddhi, Saturn Antra got the change of job. This change is for the betterment, right? I'm repeating, in the native started with his career in Saturn Dasa, Mercury Buddhi, and Rahu Antra. Rahu also supportive for job prospect. But if you look at that, how come that native got his first job in Mercury Buddhi, Rahu Antra? Rahu talking about 9, 9, 9, 9, 4, 9, 11 on sub level. No 2 or 6 or 10 are directly present, but Rahu has given the job. Why? How? Because Rahu is the key planet in Mercury Buddhi also, and that Rahu is getting the support of the Mars by way of supports. So that is there only by that way only we can identify. Under that Mercury, Rahu got the job. Under the Mercury, Mercury is the unfavorable key planet. In Jupiter Buddhi, Mercury has got the change of job. And after that, Mercury, Ketu was supportive. Ketu has got good signification. In Ketu also got the change of job under Mars only. But Mars, because Mars is representing Ketu, all the things we discussed. After that, Ketu in Venus, that Mars did not give change of job, and Jupiter also did not give change of job. It gave change of job for with the betterment for the Lagna, with a good position, good earning in the Saturn Antra, because that significations are indicated. I think you are able to understand how these planets, one planet as Andra Lord, whether Jupiter or Mercury, has given the change of job. in different bugdis, but they did not give a change of job in another bugdi. I think we are able to understand the importance of the key planet and the PILT connections. Now the same thing we can also check with the help of the PILT table in a fast manner. Let us check now. Now we are on the PILT page. Let me open that self-significators and let me click use EPS colors. So all the EPS colors, whatever we have assigned is taken here. And now let us make that KP check all. So let us see all planets are getting the colors. And we know that Rahu is, a pink shade, but it is not unfavorable like Moon. Moon is mixed one. Moon is mixed one, not unfavorable, mixed one with favorable along with that unfavorable. But Rahu is 9, 9, 11, and 12. It is supportive with some weakness. That's all we can say. So now let us check the destiny. Destiny is 10th sublord is Moon, 10th Lord is Mars. 10th sublord is Moon. How is Moon? Moon is mixed one and Mercury is unfavorable. And star level Rahu represents Venus. I already said it is mixed one with supportive and supported by Ketu Mars, all favorable key planets when supports are present. So it is indicating that destiny is supportive with some instability or changes, but favorable with the signification. So destiny is supportive for change of job. We could see that. So that Dasa Lord in which the native is running now is Saturn Mahadasa. In Saturn Dasa, Saturn is good, and star level 2A level planet is Rahu is the mixed key planet of the destiny. It is ruling, and sublord is also mixed one. That is also supportive with some changes. So both the favorable and mixed key planet of the Dasa Lord Rahu and Moon are playing role here, and all other key planets, favorable key planets, are in the support. It is all indicating, though destiny is indicating some weakness, that supportive. Similarly, though Dasa Lord is star level, 12 level planet are having some weakness, but they are all supported by the favorable key planet in the supports. So now in Saturn Mahadasa, that native got the job in the Saturn Dasa Mercury Bukti. Mercury got weakness, but star level and 2 level planet is Moon and Rahu. They are the mixed key planet of the Dasa Lord. It is playing role because of the role of these all these key planet in supports. In Mercury, it is supportive for the professional prospects as a job, but also for change. In Mercury, favorable key planet is Venus, and Ketu and Mars. So in Mercury, he got the job in the Rahu Antra, as I said. Rahu is got all Venus, and sublord itself is Venus, forming roller link. So in Mercury Bukti, Rahu Antra, Rahu holding that key planet of the Mercury book, the Venus strongly, and Venus is supports and also there, and also in sublord also present. And importantly, Mars strong favorable key planet, it is there in supports. And in after that, Rahu Antra, Jupiter started. Jupiter is holding the unfavorable key planet of the Buddhi Lord Mercury in the star level, and also 2A level, sublord also Mercury. It is supportive for some changes, definitely. It is supportive for change. Why change? Because all favorable key planets are present here. That way, that Antra is supportive for change of job. And one important point is that the destiny planet, when I was telling that Mercury, that Moon is the 10th sublord, in the star and above that Moon, it is supportive for change only. It is not supportive for loss of job or strong unfavorable, because Mercury is not playing one of the ruler. Red color planet is in the supports only, not in the rulers. That way it is comparatively better. Okay. Now, In Saturn, Mercury, after that Ketu was running, Ketu's all having favorable only, right? Not having any unfavorable strongly. In Ketu also, the native got the change of job. Ketu represents Mars. So this planet, unfavorable planet, will try to give the some trouble during the period. So which planet can give? Mars can give and Jupiter can give, because Mars in the star of Mercury, Jupiter in the star of Mercury. And these two planets can give change of job under the Ketu, but Ketu is representing Mars. That Mars in the star of Ketu and supported by Saturn favored for the change of job, not Jupiter. Why? Because the Jupiter is in the star of sub of Mercury, it is not good. But since Ketu is not strongly unfavorable, and Mercury is not playing as the important role here, and Jupiter under Ketu did not favor, but Mars is favor because Mars itself is representing Ketu. So that way Mars is supported for change, and sublord Saturn is forming ruler link for the supportive change also. So in Ketu, Mars favored, not Ketu Jupiter. And after that, Venus. Venus all level favorable, with favorable significator Venus and Jupiter, and some weakness giving planet is Moon is playing role. Important impact of the Moon is playing, and Rahu also for support for change. Under Venus, Saturn, Venus, under that Mars did not favor and Jupiter did not favor for change, because it is not holding any influence of the Mercury. And because of that, it is all having favorable. So Venus and Rahu, because Rahu represents Venus. So in Saturn Dasa, Venus Buddhi, Rahu Antra only, he got the change of job for the betterment. The favorable key planet for change is Rahu, and influence of the Moon is playing. That Moon is playing role here. You see that such PILT connections can be found with the EPS table strongly, because how these significations are favorable, and why Saturn is favored for the change of job for the betterment, with the signification we can identify. So that way, combined study with the PILT table along with that EPS table will be always useful. So that way, we could see that how a planet is acting as the Antara Lord is not giving the same effect under each Buddhi. It is all depending on the Dasa, Buddhi, and Antara split connections. So I think you are able to understand this one. So in each and every example, I will try to give such uh, such charts so that you can better understand the split connections. So we will meet in the next video. Good luck.